Hello everyone, WeebSara here, and today I will be giving you guys a tutorial on how to make a simple anime-related poster in Photoshop. The whole idea of this video was to have a voiceover just explaining the thought process behind the tutorial, but there will be also a bunch of notes which you can pause the video for, read out if you need to. So yeah, let's take a look. So first of all, let's start with actually creating the document. When you launch the Photoshop application, you want to then click on Create New, and then you choose a preset. On the left, you have actual details for a poster, although there are different sizes. The real important parts were resolution and color mode. Resolution, it shouldn't be lower than 300. By default, it will probably be 72 or something, but you should set it to 300, otherwise it just won't look good on print. And also, the color mode is CMYK. It might be RGB by default, but you should change it to CMYK because these color modes are different. RGB has a much wider range of colors. But these colors won't show in actual print, so you might end up making a very good looking poster, but it turns out kind of weird, just like with smudged colors and everything. So you want to go for CMYK. And now I'll give a few pointers on layers. You can add new layers. Some of them may be transparent, some are white, some or whatever color you want. You can add pictures, and you can change the visibility of the layers by clicking on the like little eye. If the eye is visible, then the layer is visible as well. And if the eye isn't visible or you click on it, then the layer will be hidden. It won't be deleted, but it won't be visible. And now I'm looking at the brush tool, which you can adjust the size and hardness of. I'm adding an image. You click on Place Embedded. It'll just place an image into your Photoshop document. And yeah, now I'm just adjusting the size and the placement of the image. I'm choosing the brush color directly from the image, which in order to do, you just hold down Alt or Option on Mac, and then you can just color over. I was kind of indecisive about these ones. And this wasn't just me trying to repeat the same step over and over. I was just very indecisive on the color. And now I'm placing another image for the background. Again, resizing it, and when I'm done, I just click tick, which will save the changes, as demonstrated right here. Maybe you've noticed, but at the top and on the left are like the two tabs with numbers. They disappeared for a second, which I accidentally did by clicking Ctrl R instead of Ctrl T, or Command R and Command T. Which hides or shows the rulers tab, which we're not actually using here, so it wasn't very necessary for the actual tutorial. And I'm just switching out the layers, and I'm also showcasing how you can change the opacity of a layer. And now I'm just adding some effects. The little circle, half black, half white, is actually for effects. But what happens is that when you add one of these effects, it actually affects all of the layers under it. Sometimes you want to merge these layers, so it only applies for this particular layer, just like here, merge layers, and then it just changes the shadeable. Now I'm just adding I added a new layer, and I'm just drawing out literally with the brush tool some shadows and changing the opacity. And as you can see, I'm making a few mistakes here, so I'm just clicking Ctrl Z or Command Z, which is a shortcut for undo. A lot of trial and error in here. There's no particular process you need to follow. You just try and fail and try and fail. And I'm just coloring in, same thing with just shadows, just a bit larger to cover a bit more area, so it doesn't look completely unnatural from the environment. And I'm also adding some more darkness in the background because I figured it looks a bit more natural for what I was going for anyways. So now I'm adding some more effects. Bevel and Emboss actually adds three-dimensional look. In most cases, you will not be using this effect, for example, for typographic kind of solutions, especially because it looks kind of outdated, just when you think about 90s or early 2000s and their websites, you think about like a lot of effects, a lot of GIFs, a lot of shadows, and it's just very overbearing and looks very old. But in this case, Shinobu looked too flat for the background, which was obviously realistic. This is my style of editing. Maybe something more flat works for you, especially if you're doing some illustrations that are 2D. Then yeah, maybe we'll skip this part. But in this case, I figured it would be very good to add some texture, some three-dimensional elements to Shinobu. I was just trying out different things and seeing what worked for me. And here I tried adding some Gaussian blur, but in order to add, depth of field to the image, but it just ended up looking like very low res because Shinobu herself was very low res, but the image in the background looked off, so I just decided to turn off the smart filters. And again, back to like the beginning where I said that when you turn off the eye, then the effect or the layer becomes invisible. Basically what you want to do is go to Files, Save or Save As, and of course you name it. In order to export, go to Files, but this time you go to Export as PNG. And when you do, you just choose your folder, and that's basically it. And that will be all. I hope this video was of use to you. If it was, please leave a like and subscribe for more anime and manga, but also graphic design content. I post every Tuesday and Friday, so tune in and see you next time.